Okay. Okay. Yeah, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. So, this is hangout day with Coach Nye. So I was in my studies and I wanted to come out and go over some things with y'all. Have a chat with y'all. Since we're kind of over the teaching part, and the teaching part was the Trinity part, the Trinity of Fitness. And the Trinity of Fitness was teaching you how to operate, first off, how to heal, right? It's all about self love. So the whole journey was to find that love. So I came up with the Trinity Walk to Fitness, right? Trinity Walk to Self Love, which was the Trinity of Fitness, was your spiritual, mental, and your physical. In the first phase, I taught you guys how to become physically fit inside and out, taking care of that part of yourself. Then the second phase, I taught you about your mental. Your mental was teaching you about self love, how to pour into yourself, and how to become a better version of you by your thinking, right? What you think was what you become. And then the third phase was the spiritual, teaching you how to research and study and find God for yourself, teaching you how to go within and find God for yourself. And then the fourth phase, which is my phase that I'm in now, is operating in my purpose. So when you heal all those things, the Trinity, when you heal those things, then you are able to operate in your purpose and become the best version of yourself. So that's what we are now. So it's not so much of me teaching, it's just so much of you living day-to-day life with Coach Nye, what it looks like standing in your grace. Because a lot of people think that just standing in grace or to look the part of something, you have to look a certain way, whichever way that your spiritual guides are pastor, folks of your church or whatever, the ministry team told you it should look like. That's what you were brought up to look like. So you have a lot of young girls, and it's not funny, but a lot of young girls, when they accept Christ and they start, operating in their purpose and getting into ministry, they start dressing like the oldest elder in the church, the oldest woman in the church. You look around, they look like one of the mothers. And it's because this is what their mindset said, right? This is what you have to look like. It becomes a perception thing instead of them just being themselves, because God created us to be ourselves, meaning that He needs you to be who you are so other people can look up to you. It was kind of like when I very first got married. I remember I thought marriage looked a certain way. I thought marriage was like, okay, you just be submissive, because I was into ministry, and I was like, okay, being submissive, I gotta look a certain way. I need to cover up. Now, let me explain to you. In my 20s, I had a banging body, right? I mean, I was always physically fit, right? So don't think I'm not throwing on a half top, but because I got married and I'm only 20 something years old, and I'm like, oh, and I start covering up like this old woman, start dressing like this, what I thought a wife looked like. Thank you for the likes. I asked that you guys like, share, and follow. And I started dressing this type of way. And then I became a mom. And then I started wearing, what mom wear, the cargo pants and trying to look modest. And then I found myself looking at my husband, because of course he cheated. He was cheating all the time. I mean, the joker couldn't stop cheating. But I'm like, well, he talking about all these women with big butts and all these things. And I'm like, wow, and here I am now, when I finally decide to leave him, which he thought I would never leave because of the fact I was basing my life and my marriage on the Bible, right? Looking into Deuteronomy and different things like that, and what Galatians and Corinthians, and going through the Bible of what it said about being a woman of God, right? So I did those things. Hey, you guys, I can't see you right now because I ain't got my glasses on, but they're reading glasses, so I will put them on when I get ready to read the screen over here. But thank y'all for the likes, shares, and follows. So I started acting a certain way because I thought that's just what I was supposed to do, right? So then when he started cheating, and then I decided to finally accept that I am not being who I am. See, because I thought what a married woman was, I took care of the home. I didn't go anywhere. I took care of the home. I took care of the kid. I'm always tired. I wasn't that great of a cook, but I made sure I cooked, right? And some of the food never tastes really good at all because I didn't know how to cook, but I was at home in front of a stove cooking because that's what a wife's supposed to do. This is all what I thought what a wife was supposed to do. So I did all these things, right? So doing all these things, it still did not keep him where he needed to be. It caused me to not focus on myself. It caused me to focus on everything and everybody but myself. But guess what he did? He never changed who he was. He continued to be the person that he was. Now, he changed who he was to get me. But once he got me and he put a ring on it, right, he became and he stayed who he was. He still went out with his friends. He would stay gone on a 4-day weekend. He would be gone the whole weekend. He would do all these things. And I'm sitting at home looking crazy now. I'm mad and I'm fussing and I'm cussing and I'm acting a fool now, right? Because why are you doing this to me? But now guess what I'm labeled? I'm labeled crazy because the whole time I've been sitting back quiet. I've been sitting back real quiet, letting him run over me. But now what's happening is because I pretended to be someone that I wasn't all this time, because I thought that's what a Christian housewife or a wife, because I was never a housewife, I worked, but a Christian woman, a wife, this is how she should act. And I changed who I was to be that person. But then something started happening. That other part of me, that Isha starts slipping out. Then she starts slipping out. See, that's the chick right there. Isha is that chick. This is the chick that you marry. But who I became is Mrs. Laurie, I became the Mrs., I became that. But who I was Isha. That's who I was. Isha don't play no games. Don't come to me. Don't come for me. Don't come to me. Don't try and play me. Don't none of that. But because I was pretending to be someone else, because that's what I thought. And then I had to understand that, wait a minute, I am all these things. See, I thought maybe I was a little bipolar, because I still want to beat people up, right? But I know I shouldn't be beating people up. I still want to fuss at people, but I know I shouldn't be cussing folks out. But I still want to, preach the word because I love ministry. And then I still want to do that. You see what I'm saying? So then I'm like, well, I got to change. I kept trying to change who I was instead of accepting that I'm well-rounded. All of those are me, and I talk about this in my book. And in my book, what I talk about is, and if you don't got it, it's called Trinity Walk to Self-Love. And in my book, what I explain to others, thank you for the follow, shares, and likes. What I explain to people is having a great area. Meaning that God created you this way. He created you because when he get ready to use you, it's some people that's just who they are, right? You won't ever see them change. It's either going to be black or white. They are who they are. They're not trying to switch it up because that's who God created them to be. But then God created me. I'm the same one that can go out and change the oil on my truck and also come in here, put on some heels and go and get on the runway. You see what I'm saying? See, I did professional modeling. I did photo shoots. I did physical fitness. I did all these things. But at the same time, after that photo shoot is over with, guess what I'm doing? Putting a baseball cap on. I'm going outside. I'm about to dig some holes. I'm plant some trees. See, I thought something was wrong with me. I thought maybe I needed to sit and be more soft and more pretty. Because guys, this is how I see myself. I see myself as Russ. But guys like you is so dang girly. I'm like, I am not girly at all. Not even a little bit. At least that's what I thought. See, it's not that. It's just that I kept trying to change who I am. I am well-rounded. I can do it all. It's just that I kept trying to change who I am. I am well-rounded. I can do it all. That can do what I do. I can do it all. I can go out there. I can get on the basketball court with you. I didn't say I was going to be good, but I can get out there on the basketball court with you. I can go get my nails done. I can go to the White House and hang out. I can go to the projects and hang out. I am who I am. It does not mean that I'm fake. It just means that I have the spirit to lead all. And what do I mean by the spirit to lead all? See, when you get in a position when God get ready to use you, he's going to use you, meaning that he could take you and plant you anywhere, because everything I'll be able to fit in, but the message won't change. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. When you start operating in your purpose, don't change who you are. Be who you are. God created you that way. Right? So, I was just thinking about certain things and I was doing some studying, because right now in my phase 4 of me, operating in my purpose, it's not about me trying to show you anything. So when I tell you guys to operate in your purpose, you don't have to convince anybody anything. You just do you. The people that God needs you to help or change, they're going to come to you. They're just going to drop right in front of you, because you've passed all your tests. You done did everything that you needed to do. You understand that you have to love you first before you can love anybody else. You have to understand that you have to love you first before you can love anybody else. Because think about it, if God is love, that is the highest gift of all. That is something that's one of my gifts, that I can show and teach unconditional love. That's just what it is. Love, love, love. Nothing goes unnoticed by God. See, sometimes I be wanting to be just as nasty as people want to be to me, that are to me, not be to me, but are to me. But I choose to become the better person and do, what I'm supposed to be doing, which is show love. So in the midst of all that, I'm going to teach you how to show love. And how can I teach you? And that's by me operating in love. Period. It's not a look to it. So in your phase 4, this is what grace look like. This is what it looked like. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing of me walking around looking like the perfect angel there is. It's not me singing with the perfect tone. It's not me speaking with the perfect tone. It's not me thinking just all positive every day. This is what grace look like. This is what peace look like. This is what happiness look like. This is what love look like. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you, Naisha. Thank you, Sean. You know what? Why am I stressing? Put your glasses on, Nye. Okay. Deed Words Daily Pay. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. And Unapologetic. Thank y'all for the likes, shares, and follows. All right, Sean, show me them teeth. Thank you for the gifts. So listen, but the point that I'm trying to make is this is what grace look like. So I want you guys to understand you've already passed your test. Now, I may not be talking to everybody, right? Everybody that's been working on themselves, everybody, I don't even know why I said that, but anyway, I'm going to go with it, right? Everybody that's been working on themselves, that's been doing the things that they were supposed to be doing, they've been operating in your purpose, and you don't even know you're operating in your purpose. You just know that you changed within, right? And you becoming the best version of yourself. And you're doing the right thing. You've already passed the test. The first test was first identify that you did not have true love for yourself. That was the one thing. The second thing was to know that you need healing, that you know that there was a problem. You chose to heal. You chose to go within. And if you've been following me for a long time, I taught you how to go within. Right now, you don't went within because God is within. Now, people, our pastors and, people that we've grown up with, our family members, they have taught us that, in order to find God, you got to go to church. You got to be around like-minded people and this, that, and the other. But let me ask you this. Being around like-minded people, right? I'm around like-minded people that has grown up with the same environment that I have. You don't think that those like-minded people might be a tad bit toxic? And we're just recreating a cycle over and over? It happens. Not on purpose. It's just because it goes like this. Well, we've been doing it this long. Well, this is how Grandma used to do it. This is how Papa used to do it. This is how the pastor said. This is what we've been doing all our life, so it got to be right. That's not true. It's not right at all. It's not right at all. So if somebody have to break the matrix, somebody has to say, hey, you know what? I'm breaking the generational curses of, I'm listening to everybody else. And I'm going to go within. See, the Bible tells us to go within. In every passage when you listen to the gospel, because the gospel is everybody giving their own account to things. They all talk about, and if you read it, see, don't surface read. And I've taught you guys how to research things for yourself. Always go back to Hebrew, but move it forward because we're in English. But it all started there. Even with the numbers and the letters and everything means something, okay? So just like, you know what? Not even going to go there. I was about to go to the writing on the wall. The Egyptians, how they would draw the dogs and all these different things. And everybody came up with their own understanding of what the different things mean. But what those different things mean, it really wasn't a dog. Some of the things these were all things that pointed to our organs. But that's another story because it'll go over your head. We don't have all night to talk about it. But do the research. So it's not so much that all these things didn't happen. It did happen. It's just that when you're reading, as they call it, if you're not, if you haven't awakened, you're going to surface read, right? See, everybody got it all twisted and wrong when they said, oh, I'm woke. And then they got over to another culture, and I can't say what culture, and they're like, oh yeah, we're in the woke phase. Well, guess what? You all wrong. See, that was the phase. Every time, let me explain something to you. Whenever God has his hands on something, the enemy is going to try and replicate that. He's going to try and duplicate. He's going to try and imitate. He's going to try and do that. So that one culture, that one type of people, they say the woke thing, but it's still awakening. And the awakening is pretty much, it's you waking up and understanding who you are and whose you are and what's inside of you. See, the secret lies within. The eye of the beholder reads the Bible, but the secret lies within. So everything will be interpreted anyway, right? But you have to research things on your own. You have to always open your Bible, open your books, do whatever research on your own, but always go a little bit deeper. And it's not until you awaken that you're going to go a little bit deeper, and then you'll start understanding the verbiage a little bit different. So as I always say, go back and research anything. Even if I say something, go back and research it. I mean, because listen, like the other day I was talking about Mary Magdalene. See, I'm studying all the women in the Bible. I don't just want to study one or two. But because I was just, before I went live, studying Martha, I kept saying Martha. Do you understand? This is why I say go and study on your own. I kept saying Martha, yes, she had 7 demons in her that she had to get. But see, if you don't go study on your own, now you're going to run with everything I said. But what I meant was Mary Magdalene. They call her Helen. That's what I meant, right? You know what I mean? It does not mean that I'm perfect or unperfect or whatever. Thank you for the follow. It does not mean any of those things. What it means is I have a lot of knowledge. It's just that sometimes I need to slow down. But I don't mind anybody if you guys ever catch me or something. Put it in the chat and then I'll be able to justify it. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about that I was doing my studying on, because you know I love to share, but I don't share everything. Thank you for the follow. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the likes. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. So listen. So what I wanted to talk about though, thank you, Naisha, for all the gifts. But you know, I was looking at a mustard seed. You know how they say you have faith as little as a mustard seed, and a little, you know, it goes a long way. But I was looking and I was just doing some reading, and I really wanted to go a little bit deeper than a mustard seed, because I'm like, a mustard seed, I would really like to go a whole lot deeper on what it really mean, right? What can we get out of that? What does it really mean, a mustard seed? So we know it's a small, tiny seed. So God said, if you just believe just a little bit of that tiny seed, right? And I was like, okay, but I think it's more to that, because Jesus always talked in parables, and he never really just plain out said anything. And it's the reason why he didn't plain out say anything, because it ain't for everybody to understand. You have to have the knowledge to understand and what he really meant. And in my studies, I was breaking things down, and it's like, okay, a mustard seed is really, really, really tiny. Really tiny. So if I believe that much, just a tiny bit of faith, and then I'll be sitting around, okay, God, you said if I believe within a mustard seed, what does that really mean? Hold on, let me write this down, because this came to mind too, and it ties into this, but I believe it's small as a mustard seed, but I'm like, okay, it got to be a little bit more than that. And see, I didn't start looking too deep into things until I went through that whole dark night of the soul, the awakening, and understanding that, whoa, let me break free of this whole illusion. Whoa. It became like a aha moment, right? So then I'm like, all right, cool. So with a mustard seed, every seed turns into something, right? And if that mustard seed turns into a tree, now you got something that's really tiny that turns into a tree, and it becomes a mustard tree, right? It's just this big old tree. Now they grow big, but in that mustard seed is already existing. The mustard tree already exists. It just has not manifested yet. I want you guys to follow me where I'm going with this. The mustard seed, as tiny as it is, already has a bright future, right? It already has a whole existence. It just hasn't manifested yet. So if you have faith as a mustard seed, it can go. You can have it. It will become. It will exist. So when Jesus said that, have faith as a mustard seed, you got to think about what a mustard seed do. That tiny little mustard seed grows into a big old mustard tree. And it have different branches. And because of that mustard seed already has determined if it's going to have many branches, a couple of branches, is this going to grow super tall, or is it going to be stunted? That seed already knows. It just has not manifested itself into being. That's what the whole aha moment to me was. What do you want? Meaning that have faith as small as a mustard seed of whatever it is that you want to do, and you can bring all that into existence. You can manifest that all into existence by just believing. If you believe that you can have this, then you've already set the tone to manifest that. Because once you set the tone that this is what I want, you're going to start operating in that, and you're going to become that, and you're going to work towards becoming that. Same thing with that mustard seed. Once I plant that mustard seed and give it water, it's going to take on what it wants to take on. It's going to have a life of its own. It's nothing I can do about it. I can't stop it. It's going to take on and become what it wants to be. If it wants to be a stunt tree, if it wants to be a super tall tree, if it want to have 20 branches, it's going to become what it wants to become. That tiny seed already has an existence in it of what it is determined to be, what it's going to manifest to be. So the same thing with us. If we have faith, just a little bit of faith, that we can become what we want, then we're going to become that. Thank y'all for the follow. Are y'all tracking me? So that's what it means. It doesn't mean that, oh God, I want this and I believe this, and then you go on about your business and you put no effort into it. That's not having the faith of the mustard seed that this is going to happen. No, you got to put your actions into it. You got to believe it and know it. Once you accept it in here. And then I was doing a little bit more stuff. This is what I had to write down, affirmations, because I'm like, okay, manifestations, God talk. And that's the thing I tell you guys. If you really read the scripture and break it down in the scripture, Jesus talks about manifesting. He talks about how to manifest. What you have to do is pray and manifest. You talk about these things, but we overlook those things because we're surface reading, right? I want you guys to now go in and actually study. Thank you for the shares. So now I look at affirmations. Oh boy, this is probably going to get me kicked off TikTok. So affirmations are, what do we call affirmations? That we say these things, and you never really hear me talk about affirmations. You hear me talk about, the scarf tight on my head. I might have to take a break. Pull this thing up off my head. Shoot. But listen. Jeez. So listen. So, you never really hear me talking about affirmations. You never hear me saying repeat this, repeat this. What I will tell you to do is believe it. What you say you become, right? However, when it comes to affirmation, haven't you noticed that the enemy loved to throw out terms? All of a sudden, within the last 5 to 6 years, this affirmation thing been just booming. Just affirmations, and y'all start making the songs to it, and y'all start doing these different things to it. Well, what if I told you that affirmations can be is a form of witchcraft? Now hear me out. Don't come from me talking about something. Well, I don't believe that. Well, let me explain to you why. What you say? Okay, thank y'all for joining. So let me explain to y'all what I'm meaning is this. When I say, if you repeatedly say things, right, and a lot of people say they're calling out to these things, but you're calling out and you wanting these things, but you never went to God for it. Meaning that you can't ask somebody else, you can't call out without the approval of God. That's what I mean. So it's not that what you're saying is bad. It's just that you have to keep in mind that who is the creator and what are you asking him for? So everyone like, hey, I want this money ritual, right? But that's, you're destined to have. I believe we all have our inheritance, right? But if you're calling out for it, You have to understand the words that's coming out of your mouth. Who are you calling out from for? Are you affirming these things? Are you putting these things on you that that's who you're going to be? That's not who God created you to be. That's why I say I don't always talk about it, but it's just you have to be mindful. Everything that you do, the enemy will do everything. It's not about the things that you put into your mouth, right? And everyone's like, oh, don't say those things or whatever. Don't intake those things and this, that, and the third. So whatever you eat, people like, that's not healthy. That's not this, that's not that. But the Bible says that when you go to another town or another place or someone's home or whatever, if they offer you food, you're not supposed to say no, because then you'll be looked at a certain type of way or judged or different things like that. And he talks about, if they offer you something, you should take it, right? And he also explained to us, it's not the things that we take, it's the things that come out of our mouth that make it unhealthy, that make it ill, that make it all these things, that make it evil, that makes it blah, 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 blah. It's the things that come out of our mouth. So whatever comes out, how is that going to affect us? So you have some people, they do the affirmations and then they do the whole, the affirmation thing, right? And they do that. And then, then they, after they do their affirmations or the things they ask or their money rituals and all these different things, that's the curse that they put upon, because now you're putting it out there. But what are you going to get back? So, okay, so let's talk about it. The money rituals, you do the money rituals, but what's going to come? The money is going to come, but how is it going to affect you on the back end? That's how the enemy works. Like, okay, you called out, I'm a genie in a bottle. You want it, I'm going to give it to you. Boom. But this is what, that fine line in that contract, this is what you owe me, which is your life. I own your soul. I own everything. And then you don't fulfill that contract. Then you become his. So that's the type of stuff I want you guys to think about. Let me see. Yep. I'm sorry. Let me look over here, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Thank y'all for sharing the live. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I was studying and I said, well, let me jump on real quick. And also I took some I had to took some Benadryl, because I'm like, let me get on before this Benadryl kick in, because once it kick in, it's a wrap. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys about looking at and understanding what a real mustard seed is, and understand what was Jesus saying when he said a mustard seed, because a lot of us get disappointed. I know I used to get disappointed all the time, just like, well, God, you said if I believe it's a mustard seed, I believe. Where is it at? And that's how big I believe my God is. That's how, he is omnipresent. But that's how I look at him. I look at him just like that, a genie in a bottle. If I say I want a God, he could deliver it just like that. If I asked him for $1 million in cash, I believe. And see, that's what I thought. That's what I thought a mustard seed was like. I believe that in the morning I'm going to wake up, there's going to be a duffel bag full of money out there, and I better take it and don't turn it in because I asked for it. Because that's what I believe. And it's not that he can't do it. It's just the fact that you asked me for it. I'm going to give it to you. Now that I'm going to give it to you, I have to put in some action. So a lot of people that with these businesses, God is giving you ideas. God is telling you that you're going to be, you're not going to be borrowing from anybody anymore. You're going to be the one that can loan out. You're going to be the storehouse. You're going to be all this. You're going to be that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. You are going to be the one. Yes, you are the chosen. You are going to be the one that everybody's going to come to for the knowledge, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're the one that they're going to need. You are going to be the one. And then everybody sit back and they're like, yes, they done prophesied this over me. Yes, yes, yes. 10 years later, you still like, I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one, when you were supposed to be the one 10 years ago. That moment when that person prophesied over you and God confirmed to you that that's what you were supposed to do, that's when you were supposed to get into action. See, people think that because God said they're going to give it to them, that they don't have to do anything. No, you have to get up, and he's going to put you into action by giving you multitudes of tests, meaning that it's going to start small, then it's going to get greater and greater, because he needs to make sure that you can handle it. You need to make sure that you're ready. See, sometimes some people keep going through the same test. For me, I could testify. I kept going through the same test over and over and over and over. And the reason I kept going through the same test over and over is because I could not learn the lesson. Well, what was the lesson? I didn't know it was a lesson. I just thought it was just life. Life is just jacked up. People are jacked up, people are so jacked up. So I didn't even know it was a lesson. I didn't even identify it as a lesson. I didn't even think of it as a lesson. I ain't thought twice. I just looked at it. This is life, and this is how messed up it is. That's not the case at all. No. Not the case at all. What it was is I needed to understand that, okay, miss, I want to save the world. Yes, you're going to save the world. I told you that you're going to save the world. I told you that I'm going to put you in situations that you're going to be able to help others and do these different things. I told you that. But let me make sure that you can deal with this. So here we go, little Naisha. Let's get this together. Let's get it together. Can you stop allowing people to run over you? Stop allowing people into your life. Stop being everybody friends. That's going to be your number one test. Stop calling everybody your friend. So I had to learn that, okay, just because this person is here, they don't mean me no good. Let me explain something to you right now. Right now, with everything that's going on, I will have friends that's only going to come to me just to see if I'm doing bad. I'm going to have friends that's going to text me and say, hey, you good? Not call me, but will text me, hey, you good? Just to see if I'm not doing better than them. Those are friends, right? And that's why God had to put me through the test. So every time my little feelings get hurt, and then guess what happens when your feelings get hurt? You stop talking to them. Now you stop talking to them, and then another person come and do the same thing because you haven't learned the lesson. Well, the lesson is for you to understand that, hey, this ain't good. You know what I mean? They mean me no good. I need to feel this feeling. It hurt. Identify that it hurt, so therefore I'm going to close that door and be able to discern and identify who's good for me and who's not good for me. I'm going to be able to discern that, and I'm never going to let that happen again. Task complete. Okay, now you finally completed that task. Now let's go over here. All these, you keep going around giving everybody hugs, telling everybody, give them hugs. Yes, you have a healing energy, but who told you to go and give everybody a hug? I didn't tell you to touch everybody. I didn't tell you to pray over everybody. Just because somebody come to you and say, hey, can you pray for me? That does not mean you take your tongue and start spewing anything. You got to go to God and ask God, can I pray for this person? Because here's the thing, you never know if he got them in the wilderness for their own good. And here it is, you anointed, blessed, and now you covering them, praying over them. And they're never going to learn the lesson for themselves. See, when you constantly stepping in from people, all you doing is putting them to death. Meaning, let's explain that. Putting them to death, meaning they're never able to learn their lesson. They're never going to be able to heal themselves or heal from the things that they got going on in their life and they're doing. Thank you for the likes, gifts, and the shares and the follows. They're never going to be able to heal. They're never going to be able to grow. They're never going to, because you keep stepping in. You keep stepping in because you want to save the world. All right, coach, now let me help you. So I had to learn to stop praying for everybody. God did not send this person to me to pray. Maybe this person is supposed to be prayed by the person that they're going to run into at the next store. But because I always want to help and love and help somebody, I kept jumping in. And what was happening is I'm hindering them from their growth. You got to go to God and ask him, can I pray for this person? You got to hear. Sometimes people just come to you. The enemy will send them, slingshot them right to you. They'll give you their sob story. You'll pray over them, and then they become anointed because you're anointed. And then they become stuck to you, and that spirit is stuck to you, and that spirit goes in, and now they're covered. And that same spirit that you just helped cover, that you just protected, is going to come after you, kill, steal, and destroy everything that you got. Because that's the enemy's job. Why wouldn't he do his job? That's his job. His job is to do this. But because you didn't use your discernment, you just wanted to use your gift because you're a good person. God said love everybody. You took that literally. God said love your neighbor. You took that so far in. But you never gave anybody the chance. You never gave those people the chance to go and get healed themselves. Maybe it wasn't for you. Or maybe you're the one that I just want to keep it real. And I'm going to tell them how I feel because I know my God. And I'm going to tell them how you wrong. You know, you shouldn't be doing this because you going to hell. Just because you know the Bible and just because you got an anointing does not mean that that person was for you. That person crossed your path. Just because this is how you feel in your relationship with God is just like this, right? And you just go hard for God, does not mean that that person was for you, because it says to guide gently. So if you got an attitude and a mouthpiece like somebody, some bully, you don't need to be talking to that person, because what you did is drove that person away. You drove them away. You brought fear upon them. You made them feel away. Now how can they get to the spring water if you done dried up the well with your nastiness? But in your mind, I'm just keeping it real. How you keeping it real? How can you throw stones at somebody and your life is toe up? How? You ain't got a pot to piss in. But yeah, you talking about somebody. Listen, you done been through so much in life, been cheated on. You done cheated on your spouse. You done did all these things. You done had all type of things going on in your life. You done had all these diseases and sicknesses and illnesses and all these things because you was sleeping around. But yet you want to call somebody else a 304 and talk about their love life. You done finally found somebody that you want to marry and be with, and you with that person. But now you look at everybody else's relationship and you want to be the one to give counseling to. Who the hell are you? You know, who are you? Other than what you can do is tell your testimony. But don't tear your friend down, or a person that you suppose, your mission, or your, what do y'all call them? Oh, that was my mission. That was my assignment. Don't tear your assignment down because you just found God yesterday. No. I'm never going to tear someone down because that's not my job. My job is to teach love. My job is to teach love. That was my task and mission. So you have a lot of people that say, that was my assignment. God didn't give you that assignment. Your assignment is your purpose. Do you understand your purpose? Everything that's going to come your way is going to line up with your purpose. Meaning my purpose is to teach love. I teach unconditional love. I show unconditional love. I teach you how to be the best version of you. I teach you love. I teach you how to seek God for yourself and become the best version of you that you can be. That is my purpose. That's who I am. That is my makeup. Everything about me. Some people may feel like, oh my God, but I had to learn that, wait a minute, these people that rejected me at one point in my life, and said maybe, oh, she talked too much. She always teaching something. Well, those weren't my people I was supposed to be teaching. How the hell am I going to teach a fifth grader high school lessons and make them comprehend? Low vibration, high vibration. Awaken, unawaken. Do you understand? You cannot go and cast your pearls on others that ain't ready to receive it and then get mad. So that was something God had to teach me. So I'm like, you know what, God, I'm frustrated. I'm tired of talking to people because they just don't get it. I don't understand. It's just so simple. All you got to do is just pray and ask. And then I'm explaining and I'm getting frustrated. Or what I don't understand. Because it wasn't for me to teach them that. It was for somebody else. My job was just to be me. See, I had to learn how to just be me. Once I learned how to just be me and stop trying to be what I thought people wanted or what people told me to be, I am the true definition of a superwoman, because I can do it all. And I'm grateful. I'm multi-talented. I'm grateful. I don't have to hide it. I used to hide it because I'm like, well, I don't want no man. I ain't gonna get no man if I keep showing him up. Like, I can change my own tires. I can put a battery in. I can get under the car, drain the oil, put the oil in. So I don't want to. No. Guess what? Oh, well. If that guy is intimidated about it, I had to learn that that's a you problem, not a me problem. That's a you problem. I don't know. Maybe your dad, I had a daddy that taught me how to do that. I was interested in that. Now, I wasn't interested in being in the kitchen. And I tell you that right now. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I was a daddy's girl. Me and my mom, we didn't have the best relationship. We didn't. I'm sorry, y'all. I took a Benadryl because I ate something and I don't know. So I think I'm having an allergic reaction to it. I'm not sure what I ate. It was some chocolate. Maybe I'm getting allergic to chocolate now. Ooh, hit him with the Nikki. I'm going to eat that chocolate. But back to what I'm saying, I had to learn that who I am is okay. And if you don't like it, oh well. I'm not making myself small anymore. If you can't pump gas at the same gas station as me, oh well. If you can't go shopping at the same store with me, oh well. It's not one of those things of, well, I'll buy you something so you can feel comfortable with shopping or hanging out with me and going to these things. No, no, you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. My job is not to give you. God allowed my cup to overflow. And he said, with the overflow, I can help others. But that don't mean I'm supposed to give it to you. In this day and age, in this modern day age now that we're in, there's not going to be any more churches. Here, just wait on it. Wait on it. Wait on it. With all the fundings and everything that's being taken away and everything changing and all this type of thing, just wait on it. You're going to be the storehouse. God is going to give you your inheritance. And listen, don't think that, and I want you guys to know right now, don't look at it like, I don't want to mess it up when God give it to me. You're not going to get it anyway. If you're still in the mindset of that, you're not going to get it anyway. You ain't getting it no way. You probably going to blow your inheritance. That's why you ain't going to get it. It's only for the ones that has healed and understood. God is about to give you your inheritance. Because you understand now. Now you know that, hey, you are the storehouse. Not only are you going to be taken care of. Thank y'all for the like, shares, and follow. But you're going to know how to take care of others. Do you understand? You're going to know how to take care of others. So he can trust you with your inheritance. So when y'all see them people that was once broke walking around here, they're not going to announce that they got a lot of money or nothing. They're just going to do stuff like walk around with, I don't know, you go to their house and they got pure gold toilet tissue type of thing. Because God told them they can have whatever they want. But they're not going to go out talking about it. They're just going to live their life the way that they want to live their life, but they're going to be able to take care of the people. See, it's only the ones that have understood who they are and allow God in, right? Allow God in, and now they're operating in their purpose that God is about to give them their inheritance. I had to learn some stuff too. So here's the thing. I thought like, look, I'm a work in progress. I'm still working on me, right? And I thought that was still cool, and I thought that was okay, right? So I'll do my little thing here, have my little Drake here, and then I go out here and teach. No, it's cut that out. Because you can't straddle the fence. Now, you can do whatever you want. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. So it's things that I have to fix. I have to fix some things. It's not one of those things that, oh, okay. Because for me, this is why it's so important for me, because I want to be able to teach and not teach only a certain group. Meaning, this group right here, this is my hood group. I can cuss and act a fool and say what I want to say, and they gonna understand. I want to be able to reach everybody. I want to be well-rounded, and I do not want to be on camera this way, off camera. I'm throwing up gang signs, thug signs, talking about, yeah, y'all, let's get it. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to be like that. I really want to make sure that I'm well balanced. So right now, even with the workbook, I'm writing 2 books in one right now. I got 2 books going on right now, and it's so cool. And I have to, and matter of fact, is she on here, Naisha? Naisha Nicole, we became really good friends on here. So the thing is, like, she has to check me at times. She will reach out to me and check me at times. And she'll tell me like, hey, you need to slow down. And the reason why she'll say, tell me to slow down, because she's invested in what I'm doing. Because she wants to see the best in me. She know what I'm capable of. See, I'm already there when I'm thinking I still have to work towards it. I'm already in the leadership position while I'm still working hard to get there. And so she checks me and she's just like, okay, listen, you got this. And I have to slow down because I'll get to going. When you're operating in your purpose, you don't get tired. I don't get tired. And then when I finally do get tired, I blame it on something else. Oh, it was just a long day. Now I'm doing a lot. So with the book, when oh, you guys, I just did a group me chat. So I'll be having a link on here so you guys can get in that group me chat. I'm gonna give me a pause and I'm gonna talk back about these books. Also, I got a group that we're building right now. I'm just trying to I want to get 4 more people, and then we can go into a Zoom class, and that's when I'll do personal teaching, right? Personal teaching on different topics, and it'll be like once a week. So I got that going on. So inbox me or go to my website and send an email on that website so I can get everybody in, and then we'll do once a week link. And also, we just started the book study. I haven't done it online because I haven't had enough people online, but outside of here in the city, we're doing the book club. So I'm excited. I got a lot of million things going on. It's cool. But back to the book. So with that book, now with the workbook, now it's time for me to start having the study group. Study group consists of a couple of people to sit down and we go chapter by chapter, and it's not in one day we do a chapter. No, we really want to make sure, and it's not just a study group of just all age, one age group. It's going to be of all age. I need, even from teenager all the way up to 65 years old, because I need to make sure this workbook is going to help all areas. I want this workbook. This is how cool this workbook gonna be. It's going to be able to be taught and used in cognitive therapy and used in Bible study. This is how neutral I want it to be, that it can be used in all these frames, and different scenarios in different places, because it can help not just in a spiritual sense. Remember, it's the mental, spiritual, and the physical. So it's going to help in all areas. Even if you're a personal health fitness trainer, you can use this, because even if you're doing physical fitness, you want your mind to be healthy, right? In order to be balanced all the way around, you have to have your spiritual, mental, and your physical. That is the trinity of fitness that Coach Nye, created. Thank you, God. So I got a lot of great things going on. But I have to remember, and that's what Naisha Nicole helped me understand. And Chapo, he helps me too. Listen, I done met some great people through this journey of mine. And they always reach out to me and let me know that, I can slow down. You know what I mean? And that's cool, and I love that. Now, the only thing is, since I got on the mass following, this is one of the things that hinders you doing the mass following. The mass following will think of you as a bot. So I don't get as many views because TikTok think I'm a bot. But I'm not going to stop following other people. If you follow me, I'm going to follow you. And because it's not about the popularity or the money for me, because the right people that need to see me is going to see me. And then a lot of people, new followers I got is from people sharing to someone else and they joining in. So I appreciate that, and I really thank you guys. So it's not about the popularity to me. It's not, I don't come on here just to come on here. Anyway, I come on here when I got something to say. Thank you so much, Living Psalm, for joining. For following and joining as well. Thank y'all for the likes, shares, the follows, and all of these different things. I really appreciate it. I really thank you for it. But I have to remember that I am one person, and me being that one person, I have to thank you, Cindy, for the rose, and I have to slow myself down, because I'll do it all. I'll do it all. And also, I want you guys to know that I am going to start back personal training. I'm in a process, okay? Chapo, I was just talking about you. I just gave you props about helping me stay balanced, that you come in and you let me know when I need to slow down and everything. So I appreciate you. But I am getting the, thank you, Cindy. I am getting the gym together. So the gym is I had to move it into my third car garage because I was building another building, but I ain't built it yet. So third car garage. So all my gym equipment, I just have to move it around. And as we do the spring cleaning in the garage, then I can get it done. So yeah, so I'll start back doing that. And life coaching, that's going good, you guys. If you guys need life coaching, just reach out to me. If it's full on my website, then just go ahead and inbox me and we can have it. And as I always say, you guys, the consultation is free. Consultation is free. And 30 minutes, your first 30 minutes with me, the first session that you have with me is free for life coaching, because it's not about, I never look at the money. It'll come. The what, when, and why is free. But the how, you have to pay. Because we have to go through an exercise together, and you guys make sure you understand that. The how is what you get paid for, right? But never lead with money. When you lead with, oh, I need money, or how much money can I make, you're not going to make anything. Haven't you noticed businesses shut down? Because you put money over the priority of purpose. No, my money come from God anyway. So I'm going to get paid regardless. Do you understand? Thank y'all for the likes, shares, and follows. Thank y'all for the gifts. And so, you guys, if you guys want a life coaching session, or if I can't help you, I can refer you to someone. Oh, thank you, Chapo. Yeah. I know it's real exciting, Cindy. So yeah, I got a lot of great things going on, but I have to remember to just slow down. Like, I'm just now, the other day, I really sat back and it really hit me. I'm not a late starter. I get on it. It's just I'm a late reactor. Like, I moved in my home July 1st, but it just hit me last week. Like, oh my God, I really did this thing. Like, I didn't even go through the process taking the pictures and like this and excited. No, I was working. Like, okay, I got to get done. I'm always in it. And I really just I'm excited. Like, I did this, only through God. But I didn't have to have a co-signer. I didn't have to have other people. What's up, Lauren? It's been a long time. Y'all go follow that guy. If y'all want to get tough and y'all want to get built and fit and y'all want to learn how to, fight your battles. If you walk in, especially the women, because they teach women classes on how to take care of yourself, like combat or whatever the case may be, self-defense classes. Go ahead and follow Lawrence. Go on, follow him. Because I'm telling you, I got some tricks. He done shown me some stuff. No, don't go fighting like that. He didn't teach me that. Because I'm definitely going to get beat up doing that. But yeah. So I was just grateful, like, you know what? I didn't have to have all these different things and all these different people in my life to help me get here, co-signers and things. It just hit me like, God he's always been good. Like, he's always blessed me. But it's just like, I'm a late reactor. Like, God. And it's not that I didn't show gratitude. I'm just always working. I'm always working. So I have to slow down to make sure that I give God his props. So before I get off of here, I want to give you guys one more chat about the mustard seed. Chapo, are you still there? I want to make sure you guys are still here. Anyway, I want to talk about this mustard seed one more time. So that was the main topic of me coming on today. Okay, I'm about to talk about a mustard seed, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Okay, check me out. So you hear when they say have faith as small as a mustard seed, right? Everybody hear that, and then they see no action. They see no anything. But do you really understand what a mustard seed is? I don't know if I have new people on here or don't have new people, but I'm going to say it again anyway. So thank you so much, honey, for sharing the live. So that mustard seed, what it really means is a mustard seed is really small. Jesus talked in parables. A mustard seed is really, really small. It is so tiny. And God said, have faith as small as a mustard seed. Okay, God, and then what? Because when I believe, it don't happen. But what he's saying is that small little mustard seed, in that mustard seed, it becomes a mustard tree. Mustard trees become really, really big. In that mustard seed, before it even start to exist to become that tree, you have to plant it, right? But before you even do that, it already has the existence within itself. That mustard seed already has what it's going to be within itself. So that mustard seed knows that it's going to be 5 foot tall, and it's going to have 12 branches, and it's going to have this many seeds to come off of it, and this is going to produce this is going to produce all these things. In that seed, it already knows because it's it hasn't existed yet. It hasn't manifested. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you plant that seed, the existence is already within the seed. And once it gets the water, you don't have to do anything else. Once it gets the water, it's going to produce what it's supposed to be. So if you got faith as small as a mustard seed, and you manifest that this is what you want to be in life, once you accept and you say, and then you turn to and act towards, then you will become that. It's not that you say I want, but you put no action behind it. The same with that mustard seed. It can sit here in my hand all day, but if I don't put it in the ground and put some water to it, it will never manifest to what it's supposed to be. So when you hear that, I want you to understand that's what that truly means. So look at it spiritually. I want this. Have faith as small as a mustard seed, knowing that this is what I want. It's going to produce. It's going to be in existence. It's going to produce what it's supposed to be because you manifested these things. All you have to do is boom. I want to start a business. God, I ask that you bless my business. I want a business. Boom. You believe it? Open your business. Open your business. Don't worry about you don't have customers. Don't worry about if nobody buy your stuff. Don't worry about any of these things. You've already set the intentions because within you, when you said this is what you want, you've already manifested it. It's going to be a multi-million-dollar business. And that it shall be. But you have to operate. Does that make sense, y'all? So that's what I wanted to break down, the mustard seed. Because you get a lot of people that's like, well, I'll just say me. Well, God, I believe. I believe. Why it ain't happened? Because I have not done the action, the thing, so it shall be. Do you understand? So you guys, next time you want something, think about what do you want? Think of that mustard seed. You, the owner, you want some mustard trees. How many seeds are you going to plant? Now, you cannot dictate how it spins off and become. You just have to see the beauty in that tree. You cannot dictate, oh, I want 10 mustard trees and I want all of them to have 10 branches. No, you can't dictate that. It is existing in its life of its own. So when you say, God, I want this. This is what I want. You cannot dictate how, God, but I want you to do it this way, this way, this way. No. You asked him for it. He's going to deliver it. So set your intentions. Know what it is that you want. Say it and be it. And sit back and allow it to happen. Okay? So, as always, I love you guys. I am so proud of you. Remember to pour into yourself first before you pour into others. If no one told you today, I'm going to tell you. You are amazing and I love you. I am super proud of you. Okay? God is going to fill your cup up. Knock, knock. God is going to fill your cup up. He's not going to fill up Judy's cup and KK and them cup. And he's filling your cup up. He's going to fill it till it overflow. Just because it overflow don't mean to call Judy and KK and them and say, hey, I got a little extra money. Let's go party. Let's go do this. I'm going to buy you a car. You get in the 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 house. That's not what he said. See, when Oprah do that, she do that for selfish reasons because she needs to do a write-off. It has nothing to do because she loves people and you need a car and you need a house. It's not that. It's all about self-centered. Everything like that is of the enemy. So listen, when God allows your cup to overflow, it's not for you to just go. No, you're the storehouse. He needs you to go take care of his people. You need to have overflow because he's going to send people. Remember, you're not going to be the borrower anymore. You're going to be the lender. But you're not going to be the evil lender. You're not going to be the shark. You're not going to be the one that say, I need all this back and I need with interest. You're not going to be that. You're going to be who God called you to be. You're going to operate in your purpose. So when they come to you, when he send the person to you, to the storehouse and they're in the need, you're going to be able to give it to them. And then they're going to say, I'm not going to be able to pay you back, but that's not, you don't owe me nothing. God going to overflow my cup. You here. He's not going to send just anybody. See, the enemy's going to send, he's going to send a user. He gonna send your cousin them. He gonna send your uncle them. He gonna send all these people that you don't even talk to. He's gonna send the people that make you feel bad for them. Like, look at me. You know, they gonna be in sackcloth. They wigs gonna be sliding off. They wig caps gonna be sour. They gonna be sitting around looking real bad, looking crazy, and they gonna be like, look, this is what I need. This is, oh man, hold on, let me fix my puzzle. This is what I need. And you're going to be like, here. You're going to be like, here, take all the money God bless me with because I got overflow. No, you're not going to do that. Listen, God is not going to let you do that. You're not going to even get the overflow. Your cup, he'll fill your cup, but he won't overflow your cup. If you're not healed, if you don't understand, he'll give you what you need. When I say fill the cup, he'll give you what you need to sustain because you are his child. But he ain't giving you nothing that's going to be, no, you can't be my storehouse because you'll give it away. But then, like I said, the enemy will send people and send people and send people. But because now you're healed and God is using you, guess what? You're going to do the right thing. And in the right thing, that means that you're going to use discernment, okay? So I had a good night with y'all. I think my Benadryl kicking in. So I'm going to eat a snack. Thank you, Lawrence. Y'all go follow him, especially the women. If you in the Memphis, Mississippi area, did I say that right? Yeah, Mississippi area, Memphis area, then you guys, he definitely gives classes. He's amazing, okay? He's amazing. I attended his class. I had a really good time, really great time, and I did learn a lot of things, you know, that can help me in self-defense if I were to be attacked. If lovely me was to be attacked. And he's also, I don't know, are you a personal trainer? Well, I'm putting it out there. He's also a personal trainer, so you guys reach out to him. So, yeah. Matter of fact, I think it'll be a great idea. One day I'm going to reach out to you so we can maybe do a session here at my gym that I have at the house. And maybe go live and do that just to show different ways, a male version, female version. And I think that'll be pretty cool. I just made you what we gonna call it? I just put you in there, so you're just gonna be a part of the team. Yeah, my Benadryl kicking in because I don't even know what words I'm gonna say. Yeah, oh yeah, I changed my number too. I don't think you have my number. But anyway, you guys, listen. I'm getting off because, you know, when I'm off of Benadryl, I start slurring. Off that, you know, like I'm off that lean or something. Listen, I start slurring. I don't even be knowing. So I love you guys, and I had a great time talking with you guys. So I'm going to try and come on. Yeah, I know you told me. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. I was just telling them about how you keep me on track and you reel me in when I be doing too much, and you remind me. So I was telling them how grateful I am to have you as a part of my life. So you are amazing. So you guys go follow her as well. And if you're in the Atlanta area, Georgia area, near her, she does lash. She does an amazing job. She don't just do lashes either. She has a website. Go to her website. So I'm getting off, and I'm going to get ready for bed because I got work in the morning. I love you guys. Love you guys. Coach and I out. And yes, Lawrence, we will. Thank you, Chapo. Thank you. Y'all have a good night, okay? Bye.